Barakaten Yahweh, Barakaten Yahweh Shai, Barakaten Ruach HaKodesh. All right, what's up, Israel? Through the Israelite foreigners. All right, family. Let's just get with chapter 36. Some good news. We already spoke about irresponsible shepherds, and we already talked about the curse of Edom. So let's talk about the blessings on YASHARALAH, man. An exhortation for us. And you, son of man, prophesy to the mountains of YASHARALAH and say, O mountains of YASHARALAH, hear the word of the Most High. Thus says Yahweh Elohim. Because the enemy has said of you, Aha, the ancient heights have become our possession. Therefore prophesy and said, Thus says Yahweh Elohim. Because they made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, so that you became the possession of the rest of the nations, and you were taken up by the lips of the talkers and slanders by the people. Therefore, O mountains of YASHARALAH, hear the words of Yahweh Elohim. Thus says the Most High, to the mountains, the hills, the rivers, the valleys, the desolate wastes, and the cities that have been forsaken, which became plunder and mockery to the rest of the nations all around. Therefore, thus says Yahweh Elohim, surely I have spoken in my burning jealousy against the rest of the nations, and against all of Edom, who gave my land to themselves as a possession, and the wholehearted joy and spiteful minds in order to plunder its open country. Therefore prophesy concerning the land of YASHARALAH, and to say to the mountains, the hills, the rivers, and the valley, Thus says Yahweh Elohim, Behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because you have borne the shame of the nations. Thus says Yahweh Elohim, I have risen my hand in an oath that surely the nations that are around you shall bear their own shame. But you, O mountain of YASHARALAH, you shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of YASHARALAH, for they are about to come. For indeed I am for you, and I will turn to you, and you shall be tilled and sown. And I will multiply men upon you, all the house of YASHARALAH, all of it, and the cities shall be inhabited, and the ruins rebuilt. I will multiply upon you men and beasts, and they shall increase and bear young. And I will make you inhabitants as in for the former times, and do better for you than at your beginnings. Then you shall know that I am Yahweh, your Elohim. Yes, I will cause men to walk on you, my people, YASHARALAH. They shall take possessions of you. You shall be their inheritance. No more shall you bereave them of children. Okay. Basically, he's basically saying that he hasn't forgotten all the shit that you Edomites mainly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the heathens too, but mainly Edomites, and how you've been mocking and clowning, and you think that this world is yours. You think you own everything, You think you're a god, You think you're all that, man. As it says here, that you have wholeheartedly had joy and spiteful minds. See? Yeah, because you plundered. Because look at your society, Esau. Man, your society's shit, man. People are homeless. People are starving. Even your own house, man. Your own political parties don't get along, man. Your whole shit's all fucked up, man. Because, your whole establishment is it's against the law, statutes, and commandments. So therefore, you're destined to plunder, man. But you're a madman, so you're suicidal, man, in every thought, man. But whatever, man. Just so you know, man, they, Most High ain't forgot your nasty ass, man. Let's proceed. Oh, yeah, you know what? Also, too, family, when it says here that he will revitalize us, it's us, man, the remnant, man. We're back. We're revitalized, man. Flowing, like stream waters, fresh water, fresh air. Thus says Yahweh Elohim, because they say to you, you devour men and bereave your nations of children. Therefore you shall devour men no more, nor bereave your nation any more, says Yahweh Elohim. Nor will I let you hear the taunts of the nations anymore, nor bear the reproach of the peoples anymore, nor shall you cause your nations to stumble anymore, says Yahweh Elohim. Yeah, see, that means that we'll be upright, and we'll be a righteous nation. Moreover, the word of the Most High came to me, saying, Son of man, when the house of YASHARALAH dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own ways and deeds. To me their way was like uncleanness of a woman in her customary impurity. Therefore I poured out my fury on them for the blood they had shed on the land, and for their idols which they had defiled it. So I scattered them amongst the nations, and they were dispersed throughout the countries. I judged them according to their ways and their deeds. When they came to the nations where they went, they profaned my holy name. They when they said of them, these are the people of the Most High, and yet they have gone out of his land. But I had concern for my holy name, which the house of YASHARALAH had profaned amongst the nations where they went. Yeah, basically that we became Catholic, Christian, Muslim, Buddhism, whatever the fuck, anything but, you know, our nation. Therefore says the Most High, the house of Israel, thus says Yahweh Elohim, I do not do this for your sake, O house of YASHARALAH, but for my holy name's sake, which you have profaned amongst the nations where you have went. And I will sanctify my great name, which has been profaned amongst the nations, which you have profaned in the midst, and the nations shall know that I am Yahweh Elohim, says the Most High, when I am hallowed in you before their eyes. For I will take you from amongst the nations, gather you out of all countries, and bring you into your own land. Basically, he's saying that the second Exodus, the whole world's going to see it. So they're going to have no choice but to glorify his name and recognize that he's the Most High and the one and only. Because, it's, of course, he cares about the remnant, but he's also doing it, because, the Most High, he needs to, let the world know who the boss is, man. Once again. Then I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you shall be clean. I will cleanse you from all your filthiness and from all your idols. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will take the heart of stone out of your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my status, and you will keep my judgment and do them. Then you shall dwell in the land that I gave you forefathers. You shall be my people, and I will be your Elohim. I will deliver you from all your uncleanness. I will call for the gain and multiply it, and bring no famine upon you. And I will multiply the fruits of your trees and the increase of your fields, so that you need never again bear the reproach of famine amongst the nations. Then you will remember your evil ways and your deeds that were not good, and you will loathe yourself in your own sight for your iniquities and your abomination. Not for your sake do I do this, says Yahweh Elohim. Let it be known to you. Be ashamed and confounded for your own ways, O house of YASHARALAH. I'm going to stop it there for a minute. Basically, the remnant, we're going to, in the tablets of our hearts, it's going to be imprinted, all the uprightness. So we will never be able to backslide, because, we will be programmed to not backslide ever. And we'll be upright, and, he'll multiply the trees. That means that we'll have, we'll bear children, and our land will be like plentiful, and we'll be like the toast of all the nations, We'll glorify his name, by his blessings. And he says that we will laugh about our old times, about how stupid we were, We ever thought about, like, plundering, As it says, we'll loathe, about the iniquities that we committed. Then it says here, thus says Yahweh Elohim, on that day that I cleanse you from all your iniquities, I will also enable you to dwell in the cities, and the ruins shall be rebuilt, and the desolate land shall be tilted instead of lying desolate in the sight of all who pass by. So they will say, this land that was desolate has become like the Garden of Eden, see? And the wasted, desolate, and ruined cities are now fortified and inhabited. Then the nations which are left all around you shall know that I am Yahweh Elohim, have rebuilt the ruined places and planted what was desolate. I, the Most High, have spoken it, and I will do it. Thus says Yahweh Elohim. I will also let the house of YASHARALAH inquire of me to do this for them. I will increase their men like a flock offered as holy sacrifice, like the flock of Jerusalem on its feast day. So shall the ruined cities be filled with flocks of men. Then they shall know that I am Yahweh Elohim. See, therefore, he's going to be glorified and praised and worshipped throughout the whole four pillars of the earth. You know what I'm saying? The motherland, man, the new land's going to be like Eden, man. Going to have big fruits, probably like giant size, fruit, man. And who knows, man, new animals, new everything, new minerals, new bodies, new everything, man. So it's going to be just wonderful, man, So, let it be an exhortation to you, endure, have that as, have that prize, have your eyes and your mind set on that prize, and know that, the man that endures and perseveres and rise to the end, he's gonna, get that, man. And Hope that was edifying and it was exhortation and shalom.